1-point perspective. One-point perspective is a method of showing three-dimensional space in a drawing. So it relies on a horizon line. Now, a horizon line we know is where the sky appears to meet the earth. But what does that mean when you're inside a building? So look outside and put your hand level flat in front of your eyes, parallel to the ground. And you'll notice that your hand is on the horizon line. Now squat down lower on the ground and do it again. Your hand is still on the horizon line, even though you're lower from a different angle. So the horizon line is also just simply eye level of the viewer. So I'm just going to draw a horizon line very lightly. So this is horizon line, eye level. The next thing you need is a vanishing point. Now, the vanishing point is always on the horizon. It can be in the middle, it can be over to the side. It marks where the viewer is standing, basically. What direction are they looking from? So, if I am looking here and I can see the left side of a cabinet or box from my position, then that means that that box must be to the right of me, because I have to look over to the right and I can see the left side of it. So I'm going to start with just a simple rectangle. Do your best to keep your lines at right angles, so parallel to the edges of the paper. All right, so this is the front opening of my case. It is the side of the box that is closest to me, and it is parallel to my body, but I'm standing over to the left of it. Now, the sides of this box are going back away from me in space. So any line that is going away from you converges, recedes to the vanishing point. So I'm connecting each of these four corners and the vanishing point and drawing that line. Draw pretty lightly because a lot of these lines you're going to end up erasing. All right, now you need to decide where the back of your box is. So this is the front, these are the corners, where's the back edge? I'm going to put it right here. So if this is the left edge, left back edge, these are my left top and bottom corners. So I'm going to connect those two lines parallel to this front edge. And now I'm done with those lines. So I can erase the excess of those receding lines. Now we need to figure out where the rest of the box is. So if the front edge of the box is parallel to my body, then the back edge is as well. So all of those lines are going to be parallel to the sides of the page. So where at this corner, this back corner, where the side intersects with the back edge, I can draw a horizontal line just going straight out from there. So this is the back bottom edge of the box, where this back edge and this side edge intersect. That is the other back corner. So again, parallel to the side of the page. I'm going to stop it when I hit this line, because this is the other back corner. And if your angles are all at right angles, then a perfectly horizontal line should connect right there. Now, if this were a solid cube, if this were a just regular box I couldn't see inside of, then I would only want to show this line, here, 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 and here. And all of these other lines would be erased. However, for this Wayne Thiebaud inspired drawing, we want to draw a display case. So we want to be able to see inside of our box. Now I'm going to have the outer edges of my box solid, but this front wall just doesn't exist. So I can see this corner and this corner, and I can see the back edges of the shelf where these side walls meet the back wall. What I cannot see are these lines right here because the side of my case is solid, so I can't see through it. And then I would erase all of these other lines, including my horizon line. Now remember, the horizon line is eye level, so because this box is overlapping the horizon line, I can see inside it, and I can see the bottom of the top of it and the bottom shelf. All right, now if you are looking down at your display case, your eye level is above it, you're going to draw it below your horizon line. I'm going to draw it kind of just in the middle here, so centered under my vanishing point. So this, because it is centered over my vanishing point, this means that I cannot see the outside walls. I cannot see the side of the box. I'm looking straight inside it, but from above. So I will be able to see the top of the box. And I know that because when I draw my sight lines here, it shows the top of the box. Now, I'm not going to draw this line all the way up because I know that I'm going to erase it. So I'm just going to save myself a little bit of work and draw those two lines shorter from these bottom corners. Now decide where the top of the box is. All right, there's the back edge. So this is the top of the box. Now, from these back corners, I need to draw the vertical lines. All right, and then where this line and this line intersect, that is the back bottom edge of my box. I cannot see through the top of my box. It's not made of glass, it's solid, so I'm going to erase that line. All right, so these are my sidewalls. Sidewalls, back wall. Bottom of the display case, very bottom shelf. All right, I'm going to draw a new vanishing point over here. So just divide the page. And I'm going to draw a box around the vanishing point. Always use a straight edge when you are trying to draw perfectly straight lines. All right, so this is on top of my horizon line again. So I am at eye level with the inside of the box. I'm looking down straight inside it. And it's around my vanishing point, which means I am right in front of this box. I cannot see either of the outside edges because I'm right in front of it. So just like always, from all four corners, we're going to draw lines going to the vanishing point because these are the corners of this display case, and they are getting further away from me in space. All right, then it doesn't really matter what wall you start at. I'm going to start with the bottom. So how deep do I want my bottom shelf to look like? I'm going to put it right there. So this is the back edge of this bottom shelf. So where this line, this corner edge, and this back edge intersect, that is that back corner. That's the back corner. So I want to draw the vertical line straight up from there all the way to this top line. This is the edge of the box. This is the back corner. Same thing, just working your way all the way around the box. Whoops. All right, so this is the back wall of this box. So I'm going to erase my extension lines and my horizon and even my vanishing point because I have my box drawn. So this is the bottom shelf. The right side interior wall, left side interior wall. This is the bottom of the top of the top of the display case. All right, so what if you want to put a shelf inside your display case? So you're going to draw a horizontal line connecting the front edges of the box. So I'm looking inside this box. So this is the very front edge here and here. So I drew that line all the way across. Now I need to draw where does this, if this is the front edge of my shelf, where are the sides of it? Where does this shelf hit the side wall? So from this corner, from the front corner of my shelf, I'm going to draw a line to the vanishing point. And this is just where the shelf bumps into the side wall, where it connects to the side of the case. So I only need to draw it between these two lines because this is the back corner, which makes this the back wall. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side for the other corner. And then I need to know, okay, where does this shelf end? Where is the back of this shelf? Where does it hit the back wall? And that is going to be right there where I connect my two diagonals. If this is a solid shelf, I cannot see through it. So I wouldn't be able to see the back corner through the shelf. So I erase that, just that little section. And there's a shelf. So if I were to draw, let's say a little cupcake, I need the base of my cupcake on a shelf. So I'm going to draw the ellipse of it, the bottom of it. I'm looking down quite a bit, and I know that because of how wide this shelf is compared to this one, and it's below my horizon line, below eye level. So I drew a pretty wide, pretty tall oval. Draw the sides of it, and the top of it is going to be like that. So I cannot see through my cupcake. So I can just see this bottom edge, which is curved, corresponding front edge, and the top. All right, there's my little cake, and you could add some frosting on it or whatever. Now, it's okay that it went above this line right here because the bottom of it is on the shelf. If I were to Draw the bottom here. And I can't see it through the shelf, but this doesn't quite make sense because the back edge of this cupcake is way up here on the wall. So that would mean it's leaning up against the corner, or it's floating above the base, above the shelf. And I want it sitting on the shelf. All right, what if you wanted something up top, but you're looking up? So if I wanted a cake up here sitting on top of the counter, this is the bottom of this counter. So the base of my cake would have to be within this shape, somewhere on this shelf. Draw the rest of it. I'm looking up at it, so I can only see this edge. This is the edge that is closest to me. Erase the back. Now, if this is solid, I can't actually see the bottom of this cake, so I would erase all of that. I would only be able to see the part that is above, looking over the edge, because the shelf is blocking my view. If you put a shelf above your eye level, okay, here I only drew the front edge of my shelf from here to here because this is the side, this is the back corner, and the front of my shelf has to meet the front edges of my display case, not the back. Then, I need to sharpen my pencil. All right, so from the front corner of the shelf to the vanishing point, only where it meets this side wall. Now, I am going to draw from this corner to the vanishing point as well on that side wall, but draw this lightly because this is a solid case. If I can't see through the wall, then I wouldn't be able to see where this shelf meets the side wall because the side wall is blocking my view. I'm looking at the outside of it. But I need to draw it so that I know where to connect the back edge of my shelf. And then I can erase it. And this is my shelf. I can't see through it, so I erase that line. Now this is the bottom of the shelf because this is the front edge. This is where it meets the side wall. This is where it meets the back wall. Now, if my light is coming from above, then this top would be very dark because it's the bottom of the top counter. And the bottom of this is the bottom of this shelf, so that would also be dark. This would not be dark because the light could hit it, because that is the top of this shelf. And I might even shade the back wall lightly. All right, so 1 point perspective steps. First, draw horizon line, eye level. Then draw vanishing point. That is this. Next, draw front opening. Of display case. Connect corners to vanishing point. and then draw back edges. And last, erase any extra lines. For the Taebo display case project, first you are going to draw the case. Follow 1-point perspective steps, the steps that I just went over. Then you're going to draw your food. Remember, you need at least 3 food items. So that could be 3 cupcakes, could be 2 cupcakes and a donut. It could be 2 sandwiches and a can of Coke. Just 3 food items. Next, you will shade it with your graphite pencil. So that is just your normal pencil, and you're going to shade it just like you did the cups, using those different shading techniques that we took in our value notes. Or you can color and shade it with colored pencil. So if you do it with graphite, it's like the cups still life. If you do it with colored pencil, watch the colored pencil tutorial in the notes and tutorials section of the classwork tab. And then you will turn it in. And that is that. Make sure you draw your food items in perspective so that they are 3-dimensional.